I went to Spain for the first time in May, completely fell in love with everything about it, came home, but was frustrated that when I'm there I couldn't speak. I was traveling at the time, so I downloaded Duolingo to sort of do on the go when I was away. Quickly realised it's okay for some words, maybe it's a bit of fun. For me, it wasn't meaningful. I can't practice speaking. But I remember my first lesson with Sarah, I was honestly terrified. Just that I'm so surprised at how quickly you can learn with this method. Yeah, and when you can feel yourself making progress, it's so motivating. It's a massive confidence boost. Feel confident to have a conversation.
Do you think it's possible to learn Spanish even if you live in the UK?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Before I felt sick. I was just like, oh, I'm so scared I'm going to have to speak Spanish and I don't know any. Coming from, literally nothing, like hello, and that was literally it. To be able to, feel confident to have a conversation like I feel now. If I go, there's so many things I feel I can talk about.
Do you think you would have been capable of holding a 1 hour conversation?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. It's so much more than just learning a language. For me, it's become this whole, other part of my, it's hard to explain.
Hola, Rosita.
¿Qué tal?
Muy bien, ¿y tú qué tal?
Muy bien, muy bien.
Genial, qué bonita la planta, ¿eh?
Ah, sí, ¿esto? Sí.
Súper bonita.
Gracias.
En español se llama monstera.
Ah, sí, es lo mismo.
Es igual en inglés, ¿no?
Sí. O un cheese plant, no sé por qué.
Como de queso.
Sí.
¿Ah?
No
vale.
sé.
Es súper bonita, me gusta. Vale, Rosy. So, okay, yeah. So, well, as I told you, just want to trace back a little bit how your progress has been. It has been very, very good. I have to confess, you're one of my favorite students.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
You're very, very committed, good energy in every single lesson, putting the time, the effort, and of course, there's no other way
to do it.
There's no other results the results that you're having, which I think are amazing. I will now ask you your impressions, but my personal impressions is they are very, very good. So big congratulations on the progress, the time, the effort, the energy as well, as I mentioned. There is a big, very important component, which is the mindset when you learn a language, and yours is great. So thanks for that.
Kind. No problem. No, I just love it. It's so much more than just learning a language. For me, it's become this whole, other part of my, it's hard to explain, but I just, every day I find myself thinking in Spanish, or I'm doing things and I'm narrating it in my head, and it's become, I started it thinking it's just, I'll have a class a week and that'll be fun, and now it's become this whole thing bigger than that.
Yeah, immersive, is that what you?
Yeah, completely. I feel like it's not just classes, with the community of people, having the calls with other students, I love that. It's so much fun, and you're just chatting away to people, and it's much more than just I have a Spanish lesson once a week,
even
which I love.
Right?
Pardon?
Even if you live in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. And when I started, I've been wanting to learn for years, and I always was like, oh well, there's no point because I don't live in Spain, or I don't live in a Spanish speaking country, so I'll never be able to speak in a meaningful way, and and it's just completely not true. And that's the thing that has given me so much energy for learning, is that I can see that no, it is possible if you have this community of people and a teacher in Spain and a structure where you know what you're doing, and a group of people who you can practice with, who's not judgmental, and all of that. I realized that you can do it and not have to live there, and that's really exciting, I think, because before I just was convinced only way to learn a language is to move there. Yeah, and I can't move there right now. So yeah, that's the thing for me that's been the most sort of a game changer, is that you can learn a language without living in the country.
Yeah, brilliant. We met each other 5 months ago, roughly.
Yeah.
And so now 5 months in, do you think it's possible to learn Spanish even if you live in the UK?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I feel coming from, literally nothing, like hello, and that was literally it, to be able to, feel confident to have a conversation like I feel now. If I go, there's so many things I feel I can talk about, and to me that's crazy, but it just shows that it's totally possible if you have this structure, have this group of people that you can rely on and help each other, and no one in the group is judging anyone else's Spanish. Everyone just wants to help each other. Everyone wants everyone's Spanish to improve, and I love that. Like, we're all learning from each other, which is so nice. That's my favorite thing is this community of people. I think it's really special. I really like it.
Okay, brilliant. Let's just trace back a little bit. Why did you want to learn Spanish?
That's a tricky question. I don't know. I've always had this, like, I think maybe because my mum speaks Spanish, I had some kind of affinity with the Spanish language, lots of Spanish music in my life from a child. And then, so I've always had this kind of desire to learn another language. I love languages. And then I went to Spain for the first time in May, completely fell in love with everything about it, came home, but was frustrated that when I'm there, I couldn't speak. I had to speak in English, and I find that frustrating, having to go to another country and not be able to speak in their language. I don't like that. So I came home and thought, now is the time. I have to learn, and if I want to go back to Spain and spend more time there because I love it, I have to learn Spanish. I can't enjoy a country to the fullest without knowing the language. So it's really important for me to be able to understand a culture, speak with people properly in their own language. It just seems right.
Yeah, so that was like your tipping point when you traveled to Spain and you saw that you had to speak in English, and that kind of didn't feel right.
Yeah, definitely. That was the thing that pushed me to go, this is something you've wanted to do, but I didn't necessarily have like a real reason to do it. And then going to Spain, feeling that frustration, and then that desire to know, I really want to learn this. That's when I came home and started this and decided now is the time to do it. Why not?
Okay. And that was how long ago?
Well, I went to Spain in May.
You kind of realized that you wanted to learn Spanish.
Oh, I don't know really. I think it was more sort of a thing that was kind of ticking over in my head for years as that would be a nice thing to do one day, like this abstract thing in the future. One day maybe I'll learn Spanish. I'd really like to do that so I can understand the music I listen to, but I hadn't taken it seriously, if that makes sense. And then going to Spain, seeing like a real life reason why I should do it, then I was like, okay, this is why I need to do it. And then I came and started with you. And
okay. And before me, what had you tried?
So I tried Duolingo. Well, I was traveling at the time, so I downloaded Duolingo to sort of do on the go when I was away. Quickly realized it's okay for some words. Maybe it's a bit of fun. For me, it wasn't meaningful. I can't practice speaking. It was very random and like, I can't think of the word, but
isolated knowledge and not connected.
Yeah, isolated. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, like it's not meaningful things. It's just random bits of vocab, bits of phrases that aren't particularly useful. And then I realized I have to be able to have conversations, like practice speaking. That is the only way that I'm going to get anywhere, because I'd done French at school with a textbook, similar kind of thing. 2 years studying French didn't get me particularly far. So I sort of understood I have to speak, and then was looking for teachers and whatever, and then found you found me, whatever, and then it's just gone from there.
Okay, so before we met, how long had you been trying here and there to learn?
Only probably a month of, like, I literally was on holiday for a month, and in that time I downloaded Duolingo so I could use it while I was away. Came home, faffed around on that for a bit longer, just realized that it was not helpful. So probably like a month or two from deciding I definitely want to learn to starting proper lessons with you.
Okay, yeah. So you were starting almost from scratch.
From nothing, I would say. Yeah, I mean, other than like the random words I'd gotten off of Duolingo, I had no Spanish whatsoever. I have a grasp on some of the ways like languages work from learning French. Like I can understand verbs and conjugations, think like that sort of thing, but no actual Spanish, if that makes sense.
Okay. What about the lessons, the ongoing process? The lessons, the community, just the whole method. How have you felt? How do you find it?
I love it. I think I love the structure, because before, I think the thing is with learning a language, there's so many resources now. Like there's apps, there's video courses, there's textbooks, there's YouTube videos, there's podcasts. There's too much almost, that without like a teacher and guidance, and we're doing this and then we're doing this and like a structure, it's just too overwhelming. I was going, oh, do I do that, or is that more helpful, or would it be better if I did like it? I just was lost in the sea of resources. And so I love the structure. I know this time of the week I have a lesson, so I need to prepare for it. And the resources you give us, the songs, the series to watch, the everything, is a really good combination of listening, reading, speaking, some grammar, but not too much. Like, I love how it all comes together to be this package of it's just a good combination that of everything without feeling overwhelming in any way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something that you especially highlight, something that you find especially useful or enjoyable?
I think it's the having the lessons, and I love having the lessons with somebody else, because you don't feel like you're just this one person on your own learning Spanish. You have your lesson, that's it. You really feel like you're part of a group of people, and for me that's super important, because I feel like we're all trying to do the same thing and we can support each other. And even just when when WhatsApp pings and it's the group chat and it's a bit of Spanish, it just keeps you in the Spanish world whilst you're in your normal world. And for me, that's the bit that I love the most, in terms of it's classes within this broader group of people that keeps you in the Spanish lane within your normal life. That's my favorite thing.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Okay. Before this all that you're mentioning, actually, I love the words that you're giving to this. How confident did you feel to speak Spanish on a scale from 1 to 10?
I mean, to be honest, I hadn't really tried, because I hadn't had any chances to try. But I remember my first lesson with Sarah, I was honestly terrified before. I felt sick. I was just like, oh, I'm so scared I'm going to have to speak Spanish and I don't know any, and I don't really want to get it wrong, and da 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 da. But then after literally like a couple of lessons, and just this realization that you can make mistakes, you can get it all wrong, no one's judging you, everyone is the same when they start learning a language, then I just relaxed, and now I don't care if I get it wrong. It's a chance to learn, and no one's going to laugh at me. And so, and when you have that, I think you learn so much faster, because you're not worried about making mistakes. You just go for it, and if it's wrong, you can learn, and if it's right, fantastic. But there's no, it can't be a bad thing trying.
Absolutely. And this is actually a neuroscience thing. Hope I pronounced that well. Neuroscience.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, when anxiety is there is a part of the brain that is called amygdala that blocks your reactions to things. And if you're not enjoying it, it doesn't mean that learning Spanish has to be all fun and games. That's Duolingo, for example. But within an efficient and a serious plan, you can, of course, have fun and enjoy. And it's when you find that balance between efficiency and making progress and committing. This is not an easy thing to do. To learn a new language. But when you find that good balance between making progress and being better every single day, plus having fun and enjoying, that's actually the key to learn Spanish. Otherwise, it's very difficult. If you're having a lot of fun, you're doing nothing. Of course, you're not making progress. And even if you have the very best method in the world, but it's making you anxious, it's making you nervous, it's making you feel uncomfortable, you're very hardly going to make progress with that. So it's super important to find that good balance there.
Yeah, and when you can feel yourself making progress, it's so motivating. Like, you don't want to spend loads of time doing something if you're not feeling any result. Like, it doesn't push you to do more. But for me, like, after every lesson, when I go, oh yeah, I've learned, like, that's a new structure I've learned, or oh yeah, I learned that a few weeks ago and I used it in the lesson, all those things just push you and to go, this is working. And then you want to carry on, because it feels worthwhile. It doesn't feel like I thought at the beginning, when I started, with Duolingo and just my idea to learn Spanish, I had this idea like, oh, but it's impossible, and I won't really be able to learn it because it's just too hard, and you have to learn thousands of grammar rules and conjugations and this and that, and it's just that's I think an old-fashioned way of maybe learning a language which from school, and then I now see there's a new way to do it. Like, for example, my mum was a Spanish teacher for 30 years. Using like a old school method with books, because that's she's a teacher at secondary school. She's amazed at the progress. Like, I have conversations with her, and she can't believe that in 5 months of not sitting with a textbook and all of this, can have a conversation. So from her point of view as well, she thinks this method, she's like amazed at this method of learning, which you probably like to hear, because it's
I didn't know that.
of a different perspective. No, she thinks it's super interesting, like this whole immersive method rather than a traditional sitting down, learning verbs, learning grammar, method.
Okay, yeah, that's I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so if you just had to throw a number, I mean, I know you never just try to speak Spanish, but I don't know. Let's imagine I take you and drop you in a place in Spain before
Mm-hmm.
we got started, and you had to speak Spanish, just interact, get by a little bit. How confident would you have felt on a scale from 1 to 10?
4.
A 4. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like give it a go, but I'd know that it would be wrong, and I'd be 4. I'd say I'd feel nervous to have a go.
Okay, and what about now? If same situation, I take you and drop you in a place in Spain.
In terms of my confidence to give it a go, 9 or 10. Like I don't mean 9 or 10 as in I think it would be correct, but in terms of just my feeling to have a go, 9 or 10. I would just feel like I'm going to go for it. I don't have any nerves or anxiety to do it anymore, because I feel like, well, I can speak to you in a class. I can speak to like a native speaker in the workshop. No different speaking to someone at a restaurant. You all speak Spanish, you're all from Spain, so it's no different, right?
Same, yeah. Because you've already, how many workshops have you attended?
Oh,
More or less.
I've had 2 of the conversations with natives, and then like the songs one, and then another one with I think like 4 different ones aside from the lessons.
Okay, so like the conversations that you have outside of the lessons.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I've had 5 calls with other students now, which is really fun. I've got another one later.
Oh yeah,
with Chris, yeah.
And how long were those conversations, more or less, the conversations that you have with the rest of the students?
Always like 40 minutes to an hour. We usually use up the free time on the, Google Meet gives you an hour. We're usually getting to the countdown.
Do you think you would have been capable of holding a 1-hour conversation?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No. And I don't think I would have before I started lessons with you, I had never had a video call with anyone ever. Like that was, for me, actually, that was quite nerve-wracking. And now I feel, like I said to my husband, I can't believe I'm just messaging people that I don't know and having a video call, and I see them on the video call for the first time, and I don't know who they are, and we're just going to have this hour-long conversation in Spanish. I mean, it's mad, but it's great.
Yeah. How do you feel when you see yourself capable of holding a 1-hour conversation, talking to people, and not being afraid of just holding a conversation in Spanish?
It's a massive confidence boost. Before, I didn't think I was this sort of person, if you know what I mean. Like I didn't see myself in a you can do it kind of way. And now I'm like, yeah, I can. Why not? I can do it. If other people can learn a language, I can learn a language. So it's given me this energy just to give it a go, and not be scared to just give it a go, and take every opportunity as a chance to just learn and improve. And what you said in the group, if you're learning with someone who's way above your level, doesn't matter, great, you'll learn. If you're learning with someone who's maybe not had as many lessons as you, still great for learning. Like there's no wrong way of learning, it's just learning.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're speaking, listening, practicing, giving it a go, you're always going to make progress, 100%. And I can assure that whether it's a conversation with a person above your level or under your level, if you spend 40 minutes speaking with a person, it's going to be 100% more efficient than things that a lot of people do around there.
Yeah.
I don't know, podcasts and audiobooks. I'm not saying podcasts themselves are useless. If you use them in a thoughtful, efficient way, they can be very useful. But just playing Duolingo as opposed to speak for 40 minutes, there's just no way to compare that. Okay, so just one last question. What would you say to someone who feels like just as you felt, like they want to do this, but they feel they're afraid of making mistakes, they feel nervous,
You're only going to learn Spanish if you decide to learn Spanish. Like you have to decide seriously that you want to do it and commit to a proper, efficient way of doing it, which includes speaking and interacting. And I think once you do that, you understand that that's a really amazing way of learning, and then that carries you through. And I think the most important thing is just getting over that stumbling block of it's too difficult, I can't do it, I'll never be able to learn it because I don't live in Spain. Just do it, because for me, I'm so surprised at the progress that you can make just by speaking and having this community of people. And I think other people, so many people would feel exactly how I felt, and you don't need to, because it's all there if you want it. That's what I'd say. yeah, you just have to go for it. For sure.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. Is there anything else that you want to mention? Anything else you want to say?
Just that I'm so surprised at how quickly you can learn with this method, I guess, if you want to call it a method. And just how fun it is. You know, it's become a hobby for me. I look forward to my lessons. I look forward to the homework. Do you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, it's a skill, but it's also a hobby in the same way that for me cooking is, or I don't know, gardening, learning Spanish has just become this fun part of my life, which I love. So thank you, because you make it so fun.
Thank you so much as well. And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for this little chat.
No, you're welcome.
And I'll see you next week
On Wednesday. Perfect. Enjoy.